What if I told you that the way you've been spending your salary is the reason you're still broke? No matter how many times you've received a paycheck, it slips through your fingers like sand. 3 months go by, 6 months, even a year. And still, no real wealth. Just bills. Just survival. But what if the problem isn't your salary amount, but your strategy? Robert Kiyosaki, author of the legendary book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, once said, "It's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for." In this video, you're going to discover the exact system, step by step, that Robert Kiyosaki would use if he were starting today, earning a fixed salary, and wanted to become financially free in just 90 days. No gimmicks, no lottery tickets, just mindset, money movement, and millionaire habits, executed with discipline. If you follow this plan religiously, your financial life could look completely different just 3 months from now. Let's break it down, starting with what to do the moment your salary hits your bank account. Step 1. Pay yourself first, no matter what. This is the foundation of Robert Kiyosaki's entire money philosophy, and yet, it's the step most people ignore. When your salary arrives, before you pay bills, before you pay rent, before you even think of groceries, you must pay yourself first. What does that mean? It means putting aside a fixed percentage of your income into your wealth account. Not savings for emergencies, not a travel fund, but a wealth-building account, money that will eventually buy you freedom. Kiyosaki recommends a minimum of 10% to 30%, depending on how serious you are about getting rich. Now here's the catch. This money is never to be spent, not even if you're short on rent. This money is sacred. It's your future investor fund. It's what will eventually buy income-producing assets like stocks, real estate, or a business. Most people reverse this. They get paid, pay bills, spend, then save what's left, which usually ends up being nothing. But the rich flip this formula. They pay themselves first and figure out how to survive on the rest. It creates pressure, and pressure creates creativity. Suddenly, you stop spending on useless subscriptions. You negotiate better deals. You find side hustles. You get resourceful because you've made your wealth a non-negotiable. This habit, when repeated for 3 months straight, rewires your brain. You stop living month to month and start thinking long-term. It's not easy at first, especially if money is tight. But discipline here separates the broke from the rich. And here's a secret. Once you build the habit, it becomes addictive. You'll want to keep growing that wealth fund like a score in a video game. So starting this month, open a separate account, label it Wealth, and automate 20% of your salary to it the second you get paid. Don't wait. Don't think. Just do it. Because if you don't pay yourself first, you'll spend your life paying everyone else and end up with nothing. Step 2. Turn expenses into investments. This is where Robert Kiyosaki flips the script on traditional thinking. Most people see expenses as just money going out. Rent, food, transport, phone bills, costs that drain your income. But the rich? They look for ways to turn those same expenses into investments. Let's break it down. Take your rent, for example. If you're paying $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year going to someone else's pocket. Kiyosaki's advice? Find a way to turn that into ownership. Can you house hack, rent a 2-bedroom and sublet the second room? Can you invest in a property where your rent becomes a mortgage? Can you move in with family for 3 months and use the saved rent to fund a down payment? Even your phone bill. Are you paying $70 a month for entertainment, or are you using that phone to build a personal brand, start a YouTube channel, or run a business? Every rupee, pound, or dollar you spend should ask, is this buying me freedom or keeping me broke? Groceries? Cook in bulk. Learn meal prep. Use the time and money saved to work on a side hustle. Internet bill? Use it to learn new skills, invest in courses, or start freelancing. Your laptop isn't just a cost, it's a cash flow machine if you use it wisely. When you shift your mindset from spending to investing, even your daily life becomes part of the wealth journey. The poor consume. The middle class saves. The rich invest, even in the way they live. Every dollar should have a job, and that job should be to work for you, not against you. Look at your current monthly expenses. List every one of them. Now, next to each, ask, can I turn this into an investment? If not now, when? If not this month, then plan for next month. 3 months of this mindset shift, and you'll be shocked at how much money is flowing back into your control. Step 3. Build a salary allocation system. The 50-30-20 rule is dead. Kiyosaki warns that traditional budgeting systems, like the 50-30-20 rule, keep you stuck in the middle-class mindset. The problem isn't the rule itself, it's how it prioritizes comfort over wealth creation. Instead of fitting your goals into your lifestyle, flip it. Fit your lifestyle into your wealth goals. Here's what Robert's version looks like, especially if you want to get rich in 90 days, 30% to wealth. This goes directly into investing and asset building. No excuses. 20% to education, books, courses, mentorships. Because if your knowledge doesn't grow, your income won't either. 30% to living expenses, rent, food, essentials. Force yourself to live lean. 10% to emergency fund. Not for shopping sprees, only true emergencies. 10% to opportunity fund. Money ready for when a business, crypto, stock, or real estate opportunity shows up. This kind of allocation creates growth, not just survival. It forces you to live below your means but above your average mindset. It stops you from lifestyle inflation when your expenses grow with your income. And it keeps you opportunity ready. So when a deal shows up, you're not stuck saying, if only I had the money. Remember, budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about direction. If your money doesn't have a map, it will always get lost. Every dollar you allocate with intention becomes a soldier in your wealth army. Don't let your salary wander around like a lost tourist. Give it a mission. Step 4. Use the salary for cash flow, not comfort. Kiyosaki says something controversial. The rich don't work for money. Money works for them. And this applies directly to how you treat your salary. If you treat your job as a cash flow generator, not a security blanket, everything changes. Let me explain. Most people use their salary to buy comfort, nicer clothes, better gadgets, bigger TV, the latest phone. But these things don't make you rich. They make you look rich. And looking rich is the fastest way to stay broke. Instead, your salary should be seen as a tool to buy time and buy assets. Assets like dividend-paying stocks, digital products, online businesses, real estate, or even vending machines. Things that generate income without your 9-to-5 effort. The sooner you divert your salary into cash flow assets, the sooner you stop trading time for money. Even a small investment, say $200 a month into an index fund, can snowball over years. Or use $500 to start an Amazon FBA hustle or create an online course. In 3 months, you could have a side cash flow stream that softens your job dependency. Your salary is the fuel, but your investments are the engine. Fuel is temporary. But once the engine starts running on its own, you can take your foot off the pedal. So ask yourself each payday, how much of this salary will buy me freedom? Step 5. Create a financial war room. Weekly wealth check-ins. Finally, no plan works without review. And Robert Kiyosaki is big on financial intelligence. He says most people spend 40 hours a week working for money and 0 hours managing it. That's insane. So here's what you do. Every week, set aside 30 minutes for a wealth war room. This isn't optional. It's your board meeting with your financial empire in progress. During this time, you check how much went into your wealth account. What did you invest in this week? What expenses can you cut further? What new income streams are you building? What books or courses are you learning from? This war room gives you clarity, focus, and feedback. It builds accountability, even if you're just starting alone. You'll spot leaks in your money. You'll notice habits forming. And most importantly, you'll feel like the CEO of your finances. People who don't check their money lose their money. It's like driving with your eyes closed and hoping for the best. But once you take command of your financial ship, you start sailing toward wealth, not away from it. So mark it in your calendar. Sunday night, Friday evening, whatever suits you. Just don't skip it. Because no general wins a war without checking the battlefield. Step 6. Turn your job into capital, not identity. Robert Kiyosaki makes a powerful statement. Your job is not your life. It's your temporary engine to fund your freedom. But for most people, their job becomes their identity. They say, I'm an accountant, I'm a teacher, I'm a manager, and they build their entire self-worth around a paycheck. That mindset is dangerous, because when your job becomes your identity, losing it feels like losing your purpose. Kiyosaki teaches that your job is just the first investor in your wealth journey. That's it. Nothing more. So instead of clinging to your job emotionally, start looking at it strategically. Ask, how can I extract the maximum capital from this position in the shortest time? If you earn $3,000 a month, how much of that can you capture and convert into assets that make money for you? Let's say you live on $1,500 and invest $1,000 a month. Within 3 months, you'll have $3,000 working outside your job. If you put that into high dividend stocks, real estate crowdfunding, or start an online business, it starts a second income engine. Suddenly, your job becomes less of a prison and more of a partner. And this shift is critical, because most people stay stuck in jobs they hate for decades. Not because they love the work, but because they've built their entire identity around that career. They're afraid to walk away. They fear starting over. But if you use your job only as cash flow leverage, you never feel trapped. You're there to extract resources, build your empire on the side, and exit when the time is right. Kiyosaki did this in his early years. He worked as a sales rep not to climb the corporate ladder, but to learn sales, understand markets, and save aggressively to launch his first business. He never tied his ego to a company ID card, and that's what made him free. Start thinking like this. My job is my first investor, but I'm the CEO of my wealth. Your employer is giving you startup capital every single month. Don't waste it on Netflix subscriptions, Uber Eats, and weekend retail therapy. Redirect that capital into knowledge, assets, and income-producing systems. Within 3 months, your job won't feel like a cage. It'll feel like a launch pad. And that emotional freedom? That's the first taste of real wealth. Step 7. Invest in financial education. Relentlessly. Robert Kiyosaki has said it countless times. If you want to be rich, you need financial education, not a higher salary. This is where most people go wrong. They think more income is the answer, but then they get a raise and stay broke because their habits haven't changed. More money without education just means more expensive mistakes. So if you're serious about transforming your salary into wealth within 90 days, you need to become a student of money. Not once a month, not once a year, but every single week. What does this look like in practice? Start with books. Read classics like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, The Millionaire Fast Lane, The Psychology of Money, The Richest Man in Babylon. These books aren't optional. They're the blueprint. Just 10 pages a day equals 300 pages a month, enough to read 2 to 3 books every month. Now imagine what 9 books in 90 days will do to your money mindset. Then move to courses and mentorships. Use a portion of your salary to buy information, not things. Take a course on real estate, stocks, crypto, freelancing, or online businesses. Learn the skills that multiply money, not just manage it. Also, surround yourself with financial intelligence. Listen to podcasts during commutes. Watch interviews with entrepreneurs. Join online communities where people talk about assets, not gossip. Your environment determines your evolution. Every week, ask, what did I learn about money this week that I didn't know before? If the answer is nothing, then your financial growth is dying. Kiyosaki says the #1 investment is in your mind. Because once your brain learns how to create cash flow, you'll never fear being broke again. And here's the bonus. Financial education compounds. The more you learn, the better decisions you make. The better your decisions, the faster your income grows. And when your income grows, you invest more, and it all snowballs. So starting today, treat financial learning like gym for your brain. Your money muscles will stay weak without reps. But 3 months of serious, focused, daily learning, you'll start seeing the world like the rich do. And once that switch flips, there's no going back. Step 8. Create or join a circle of wealth builders. If you want to change your bank balance, you must first change your environment. Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes this often. Your income will rarely exceed your personal development. And your environment influences that development more than anything else. Take a hard look at your current circle. Are the people around you constantly complaining about money, blaming the government, or stuck in survival mode? Or are they talking about investments, ideas, side hustles, and growth? The truth is, if you're surrounded by people who spend every salary on liabilities, eating out, new phones, unnecessary luxuries, you'll find it almost impossible to stay on track. Peer pressure is real, but it works both ways. So here's what you need to do. Either elevate your circle or create one. Start with just one accountability partner. Someone you can check in with every Sunday during your wealth war room. Compare notes, share wins, talk goals. Even better, form a small WhatsApp or Telegram group of 3 to 5 people. Give it a name like the Wealth Tribe or 90-Day Millionaire Plan. Post your goals there. Share your weekly progress. Discuss books, investments, strategies. You don't need to find experts, just people who are hungry for change. And if no one around you fits that, join online communities. There are Facebook groups, Reddit subs, Discord servers, and private masterminds full of people committed to financial freedom. Be active. Ask questions. Share your plan. Your mindset will evolve faster when you're around people thinking bigger. Kiyosaki often says, your network is your net worth. Because wealth isn't just built on information, it's built on collaboration. Deals happen through relationships. Ideas grow faster in fertile minds. And most importantly, accountability multiplies action. So this month, make it a mission to find or build your wealth circle. That group could be the difference between giving up on your plan or sticking with it until your bank balance shows results. In 3 months, your circle could be the greatest asset you've ever built. Step 9. Build a side cash flow machine with salary fuel. This is where everything you've done so far comes together. Because paying yourself, investing wisely, budgeting aggressively, and upgrading your knowledge all serve one ultimate purpose: to build a cash flow machine outside your job. Kiyosaki's definition of wealth is simple. Wealth is the number of days you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living. And that only happens when you have passive or semi-passive income streams. Here's the truth most people avoid. Your salary alone will not make you rich. It was never designed to. It's designed to sustain you, not free you. So what do? You use your salary as fuel, not comfort, to build something that generates income while you sleep. Here are 5 cash flow ideas you can start building today. 1. Content business. Start a faceless YouTube channel, blog, or newsletter. Use your knowledge to create digital products that sell 24/7. 2. Freelancing to agency. Start freelancing on the side. Writing, design, editing, coding. Then outsource it and build a team. 3. Digital products. Create ebooks, courses, templates, or resources and sell them on Gumroad or your own site. 4. Dividend stocks or REITs. Use salary savings to invest in dividend-paying stocks or real estate investment trusts. Let them pay you monthly or quarterly. 5. Low-cost online stores, dropshipping, print-on-demand, or niche e-commerce businesses you can manage in evenings and weekends. You don't need $10,000 to start. You just need consistency and clarity. Set aside 2 hours a day. Treat it like a business, even if it earns nothing at first. Within 90 days, you'll either have income or momentum. Both are priceless. When you have a side cash flow engine, your salary becomes optional, not essential. And the moment your side income equals or exceeds your living expenses, you've bought your freedom. That's the real game Kiyosaki is playing. Not just earning more, but earning independently. So let this be your 90-day mission. Use your job to fund your freedom machine. Because once that machine is built, you'll never fear Mondays again. Now take a deep breath. Because if you followed this entire plan step by step, you're no longer the same person who blindly spent their salary without direction. You're no longer waiting for someday. You've been given the blueprint that the rich use, the same mindset and money habits that transformed employees into investors, consumers into creators, and broke thinkers into future millionaires. The truth is, your salary was never the problem. The plan was. You don't need a raise, you need a roadmap. And now you have it. For the next 3 months, make a promise to yourself. Don't live like the 97% who blow their paycheck the moment it arrives. Live like the 3% who build freedom with every dollar they touch. Set up your wealth account. Use your job as capital, not identity. Rewire your expenses into investments. Feed your mind every single day. And don't just work for money. Let your money start working for you. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are one decision away from taking control of your financial future. No one is coming to save you. But now you don't need them. Because the moment you decide to use your salary to build assets instead of buying distractions, the moment you realize wealth is built in quiet, consistent moves, that's the moment you stop living paycheck to paycheck and start living with purpose, power, and a plan. If this video gave you even a single shift in perspective, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with someone you care about, a friend, a sibling, a colleague, because chances are they're stuck in the same loop. And one conversation could change everything. And if you want to go deeper into wealth creation, mindset, and financial mastery, tap the next video on your screen right now. The harsh truth about compound interest, why it fails without big money. You need to see this next, because it connects everything you've just learned and reveals the missing key behind long-term wealth. Remember, you have a salary. The rich have a system. Now you do too. Go build your freedom.